We'll start within the 5 minutes. Good evening to our dearest audience and esteemed speakers. It's my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to Pixel Plus 1.0 2024, presented by the IEEE Computer Society of SLIIT. We are thrilled to have you all here for once again for our second session. Before we dive into today's exciting topic, we would like to take a moment to share some information about upcoming event that you won't want to miss. SLIIT Extreme 3.0. This event is a platform for the SLIIT student to experience the global IEEE Extreme Hackathon, offering a unique opportunity to test your skill against some of the best minds in the world. So stay tuned for the more details. Now, as we move forward, let's focus on today's session, UI UX Essential, turning design concept into functional realities. My name is 𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗵𝐵𝗀𝗵𝗲 and I will be the host for this evening. As we continue with this session, prepare to ignite your passion for the UI UX design. We'll explore the essential topics such as practical application, key tools like Figma, wireframing, and creating responsive design components. Additionally, we are diving into the case study where we'll tackle the redesign of outdated website. Our aim is to give you a strong foundation in UI UX. So I encourage you to actively participate, ask questions, and engage with our speaker and fellow participants. Let's make this session as interactive and insightful as possible. Now, it's my privilege to introduce our speaker for this evening, Mr. 𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗵𝗏, Assistant Lecturer in the Department of Software Engineering at SLIIT. Welcome, Mr. Veerasinghe. The platform is yours.
Thank you for inviting me for this Pixel 1.0 event. So good evening, everyone. And so I am 𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗏𝗏, and I am thrilled to be today dive into the practical application of UI UX design principles. So I am a assistant lecturer in the Department of Software Engineering at SLIIT, and I am a former software engineer. So in this session, we will move beyond the theory and focus on how to implement these design principles in your work and create user-friendly interfaces and user experience. Okay. So before diving into the content, let's take a moment to look our session objectives. So by the end of this session, you should have clear understanding of several these key areas. So what is user interfaces and what is user experience and principles of UI UX design and practical application of UI UX design principles and tools and resources for UI UX design and useful tools and plugins and tips on working with developers and other stakeholders and career advisors that you want. So first, so what is UI and UX? So basically, so UI mean the user interface and the UX mean the user experience, right? So let's start with the question. So how many of you have interact with the website or app today? Probably, I think all of you are using the app, right? So now think about your experience. What did you see on the screen? And what the element did you interact with? Okay. So in here, so that bring the user interface. So our first key concept. So what is exactly UI? So when you are think about the app and website you are use daily, so UI is everything you see on the screen, right? Like buttons, text, images, and sliders, and even icon is a user interface. So basically, the visual layout that you are interact with, that is the UI. So these are some examples. mobile applications and websites and the products. So what is UX? When you are using an app, basically the user experience is the interact with the app. So it's not just making things look pretty, but when we are creating a mobile app or web app, it should be seamless experience where user don't have to think too hard about what to do the next. So basically the user experience is when we are using the app, so how it's easy to use. So basically, let's move to the what is UI design. So in here, UI design is standard for user interface design, right? So it focuses on the visual aspect of the digital product, what users see and they interact with on their screen. This includes the element like buttons, icon, image, and typography, and color scheme and the layout. The main goal of the UI design is to create an interface that is basically having the eccentrically placed in and easy to use. So we will consider about the key element of the UI design. So all right, let's break down the key elements like visual design and consistency and responsiveness and the interaction designs. So if we consider about the visual designs, it's involved with the choosing colors, fonts, images, and it's not only look good and but also align with the brand and the resonate with the users, right? So if we consider about the consistency, so when we are designing a user interface, UI designers are ensuring that the user interface looks and feels the same across the all pages. So that help us to feel comfortable when we are using app, right? So if we consider about the responsiveness, so it is like switching from your phone to tablet or desktop. So when we are accessing the same site in using the different devices like mobile phone, tablets or desktop, so the design adapt seamlessly across the various designs. That means the responsiveness. So if we consider about the interaction design, so there is a like buttons and sliders and other element that users actually interact with. So think about the button that was just in right place or use slider that felt smooth. So that's good interaction design, right? So can someone use those design easily? So if we consider about some example of the UI designs, so the layout of the mobile app or website, so the color schema and brand identity. So when we are creating mobile apps or web app, so we have to consider those things, right? So designing interact element like buttons, and we have to consider those UI design things. So what is the UX design mean? So it is standard for the user experience design. So UX design is all about the overall experience a user has when interacting with the product or service. So this goes to beyond the visuals, but it includes the usability, accessibility, and the satisfaction of the users feel and when we are using the product. So essentially, UX designs ensure that the product is not only functional, but it should be enjoyable, right, to use. So if we consider about the key element of the UX design, so it has usability and user research, wireframing and prototyping, user testing. Those are the key elements that the UX design has. So if we consider about the usability, it's basically the experience, the usability, that the key things of the UX designs. That means easy to figure out the how to use our product. So if we consider about the user research, so this is where the surveys, interviews, and other forms comes when we are designing our mobile application. So if we consider about the wireframing and prototyping, so wireframing and prototyping help us to visualize the structure and the flow of the design and allow us to test ideas before we create the final mobile application. So before moving to the user test final development, we use the user testing to improve our mobile wireframing and prototyping and give the best mobile application to the target users. So if we consider about the example of the user designs, so just like mapping out the user journey for e-commerce website to ensure the smooth process happens. If we consider about the checkout, it should be smoothly happen. So if we conducting user research to gather the insight of the user needs and the behavior. So basically, we do the wireframing to outline the structure and the mobile app before we go to the final design. So these key element of user experience designs are very useful when we are developing our mobile application or web application. So if we consider about the UX versus UX design, UI design versus UX design. So UI design means it's visual element that user interact with. So that's the basic idea. So if we consider about the UX design, so it is how the product work and how to feel it to the target users. So that's the main thing. If we are creating mobile or web application, that is the main thing we should consider. So in UI design and the UX design, both are essential. So when we are creating our final product. So now let's move to a small activity. In here, you can see a mug, right? So your task is to draw a flower in a mug. So you can take a rough sheet or something, and you can draw this mug. And so you have, when you are drawing this mug, you have to draw a flower in a mug. So when you are doing this task, if you want, you can ask any question using personal chats. Don't put the in this chat. You can personally chat with me using Teams. And when you are drawing, if you have any unclear point or any questions, you can ask through chat. So if you don't have any questions, you can continue your task. So I will give 1 minute to take a rough sheet or something with you. And so I will give you a 3 minutes to complete this task. So you can send your final drawing using the chat. So then I will choose an winner. So here I will give you 1 minute to take a rough sheet. So raise your hand those who have the rough sheet with you. Okay, there's one member. Two. Okay, those who have the rough sheet with you, so now we can start the task. So you have to draw a flower in this mark. So when you are drawing that flower, so if you have any issues, you can ask it from me. Otherwise, you can continue your task and send me the final drawing through the chat. Okay. So I will give you 3 minutes to do this task. So those who have issues when you are drawing this flower, so you can ask it from me. So otherwise, you can continue your task. So everyone okay with this task? Doesn't have any questions? So those who having any unclear point, you can ask. There's 90 people, right? So you don't have any question. So think like you are an company or company owner. So I am the customer. So I want to grow this flower in this mark. So as a company owner or group, you can. So if you have any unclear questions, you can ask it from me. So otherwise, you can do this task and hand over the mark to design mark to me. All of you are fine. There's no any questions. So last 30 seconds. So those who finish the drawing, they can send the answers to the chat. Those who are having the rough sheet with you, you can send the answer. Okay. Can you send the answers that you wrote, that your final product, that you draw this mark? Anyone who didn't complete it? Yeah, those who complete the task, you can send the answers. Okay, we'll continue. So there's no any question with you. So when you are drawing this flower in this mark, so no one asked any question from me. So as a company owner, you have to first get the user requirement, right? So if you want to get the user requirement, you have to ask some question from me. So otherwise, how do you know what type of flowers I need to print this mark? Okay, so this is the my requirements. So you didn't ask anything, so I want to draw a petal of the flower in the center of the mark. So you don't have any questions and you didn't ask anything from me, so that means you didn't get the user's requirement, right, as the company. So without that one, so how did you create this mark? Okay, so this activity is a great way to highlight the critical crucial it is gather how to get the user requirements clearly. So otherwise you can't implement your mobile app or web app, right? So when you are working on the real projects, you have to get the client's needs or user needs. Otherwise, it will be a huge difference on the final outcomes you created and the client's requirement. So without clarifying those things, we might be up to creating something else that the user needs. So you create something else and the user requirement is something else. So that is the basic idea you should get when you are doing this activity. Okay, so let's move forward. Next slide. So these are the main important to understand customer wants and needs. So when you are getting the user requirements, you have to follow these things. Okay, so who are the main customers? That mean target customers. So what your customer wants? Basically, what are the wants that customer? So when you are customer needs an project or service, product or service. So and there is a timeline. So when is the understanding your customer timeline that they want your final product or service. So where your customers like interact with your business, whether it's online one or physical store. So if it is online platform, so it should be a different way. So you have to get the idea what your final output, it will be online one or store event. So if we consider about the why, so why do the customer choose your product or service? So understand why customer buy your product. It's because of the price or quality or convenience. You can have to ask that question also when you are getting the user requirement. So after getting these questions, you can get a clear picture of the customer requirement. Okay. So in here you can see the two cups. So which one has the bad user experience design? There has a cup A and cup B. So raise your hand those who tell the bad user experience has the cup A. Okay, there's two. Okay, raise your hand those who tell the cup B has the bad user experience. You can take a photo from the phone and send. You join the laptop, right? Okay, that's fine. Okay, you basically get the idea, right? Okay, so some of them tell that cup A has a bad user experience, and some of them tell that cup B has the bad user experience, right? So if we consider about this, so first we can consider about the usefulness. So if we consider about the usefulness, cup A and cup B both has the usefulness that can be hold liquid inside. So cup B also we can hold the liquid. So if we consider about the usability, so cup A has the less usability because of this small grip, right? So if we consider about the cup B, so cup B has the good usability because it has the double walled feature, right? Provide the safe grip rather than this small grip. So if we consider about the disabilities, so cup A has the overall design is not eye-catching. So if we consider about the cup B, so it has the nice view rather than the cup A. So that is the so after considering all these things, so the cup B is the good one, then cup A has the bad use experience, right? So in here, so you can see an image. There's a baby in here and there's mother or father. So in this picture, so is this good use experience or bad use experience for this child? You can send the chat. You can use this chat and send the, if it is a bad or good, you can put the thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay. For the baby's perspective, two of them are tell that it's a bad use experience. So that's correct. So if we consider about this one, so in here, so babies can see like this, right? So otherwise he can't view the small teddies. They only see the back side of this small teddies, right? Then it has the bad use experience. Okay, in this one, so this one also good experience, good example for the user experience. So if we consider about this one, so in here, so if we try to drink it, it will be a mess. So in here, this is also bad user experience, right? So in this one has the good example for the user design and user experience. So this picture has the good user design in here, but most of the people are using this nearest path, right? Then there has no good user experience when they are developing this one. They only consider about the design and they doesn't consider about the user experience, right? So when we are developing a mobile or web app, we have to consider the both. So that means we have to consider the user experience and the user design, right? So this is the bad user experience, right? So in here also you cannot get the idea about your current flow. So it is a completely mess. This is also a bad experience, right? So let's move to the principles of the UI UX design. So now you have an idea about the what are the UI designs and what are the UX design, and basically what is the UI and UX mean. So let's move to the principles of the UI UX design. So in here, so first thing is the simplicity. So we will discuss this deep. So in here, simplicity is a design of our website is simply. It's ensure that the interfaces is easy to use and that users can navigate through it with minimal effort, right? So when we are designing it in simple, user don't have to think twice and about how to accomplish their tasks, right? So then, so we can consider the reduce the cluster when we are creating the mobile app or web app. So we can reduce the cluster and focus on the core tasks that we are doing the final output of our mobile or web app. So you can use clear and concise language. So when we consider about the language, so language play a big role in simplicity, right? So user need to get the idea very quickly. So when we can use clear and concise language for all the labels, button, and the all the instructions that are mentioned in the mobile app. So and maintain the visual hierarchy is the also important thing if we consider about the simplicity. So visual hierarchy is the key in guiding user through a simple design. So it's, we can use the sizes, colors, and spacing. So when we are drawing a element on the screen, so we can consider those elements, sizes, colors, and spacing. So then we can consider about the visual hierarchy when we are creating apps. So next, we will discuss another critical principles called user-centered design. So in here, user-centered design principles is used to users to design when we are using the design process. So this means every decision made in the design is done with the user needs and preference, right? So that's the main thing. So when we are designing something, we have to get the user needs and preference and their limitation on their minds. So this goal is to create interface that can be accessible to everyone. So we have to prioritize the needs. So basically, so if we consider about this user-centered design, we have to prioritize the user needs and the accessibility. So accessibility means the well-designed interface should be usable for each and everyone. That means those who having the disabilities, so they also must have to use this app without any issue. So this includes the making. So when we are designing our mobile or web app, so we can do the keyboard support for the navigation, and it's if we can add the screen reader, so that's the best thing. So if there has an disabilities person, those who are using our mobile or web app, so if we have the screen reader functionality with, so it will be a very useful for the users. So and we have to use the color contrast when we are implementing our visual design, right? So if we use the relevant color contrast, so it will be much helpful for the visual impaired person as well. So also there is some key point all visibilities that's also want to consider about the UI UX principles. So mainly visibilities is about the make sure that users can easily find and understand the important tasks they need to perform within the interface, right? So so when we are implementing this mobile or web app, we have to consider about this visibility. So it basically highlight the primary actions. So when we are developing mobile app or web app, so it is good for if we can add the primary action promptly in the display. As example, so if the goal is complete a purchase or buy now, buying something or add to cart option, so button should be stand out on the page. So making it clear whatever the user need is, they can easy to use your primary actions. So also it should be a clear navigation. So if we consider about visibility, that's also an important thing. So it's also if you want to go back, you can use the breadcrumbs and highlight highlighted tabs. So then user can get the clear idea about what the screen is now working on. So also user should always know where they are within the app or website when they are using their mobile or web app. Also, next this consistency principle is the another important thing. So when so basically consistency means it is a when we are designing elements like colors, typography and layout should be consistent over the product. So otherwise it not be a good user design. So if we consider about the consistency, there has some visual consistency and functional consistency and the internal and external consistency. So visual consistency is the main thing. So when we are developing mobile or web, when we are developing apps, basically, so we have to consider about the colors, fonts and other design element across the all part of the interface. As example, so if you are decide on a specific shade of blue for buttons, that same shade should be used constantly on all the button throughout our website and mobile app, right? So functionally consistency mean like when we are interacting with our elements like buttons and icons and behavior. So if we do something using those elements, so if we click a button, open a menu on one page, so user will get the new page, right? So then if someone use another button and click it, so it will also should do the same thing. That means the button to perform the same action on the other pages. So that means the functional consistency. So if we click the button, so it will open a with new page or something. So if we use that again, so it should be same like the previous. That means the functional consistency. So if we consider about the internal consistency, so the similar actions should be have the similar outcomes and similar element should be look and behave similarly. So that is the internal consistency. So if we consider about the external consistency, it's also same as the previous. It should be adhere to the main familiar to the pattern and conversions, right? So in here, so if we consider about the feedback, it is essential for the user interface designs. So it's ensure that users are informed about the outcomes of their actions, helping them understanding that the system has registered their input and guiding them on what to do next. So without feedback, user might be left uncertain about their actions and actions were successful. So there has a two type. So basic thing is the visual feedback. So that is the main thing. So most common type of the feedback. So this can be simple as a button changing color when clicked, a progress bar showing the status of an upload, and a pop-up message or confirming that forms has been successfully submitted or something. So so that is the feedback. So if we are click something, so you can show the pop-up message or progress bar until it completes successfully. So when you are developing the apps, you have to consider these things. So also there has an important things called accessibility. So accessibility is all about the making sure that everyone, including the people with the disabilities and those who are having the uh, uh, other disabilities, can use your products or service effectively. So basically, you can use the text-to-speech option or keyboard navigations, and those who are having the visual impaired persons, you can use the text-to-speech or color construct or those things. So you can, when you are designing mobile apps, you have to consider those things, right? So now let's move to the uh, how, if you have a concept, so how to uh, go that into the wireframe. So first, when you are uh, if you have a case study with you, so these are the steps. So when after doing the all these steps, you can finish your design stage, right? So in here, first you have to understand the problems and the user needs. So after that, you have to uh, get the user goals and the business objectives. Next, you have to mapping out the user journey and the flows. So after doing this, you can sketching and the those things, and you can create the low fidelity wireframe, and you can do the user testing and the feedback. You can again redesign your uh, low fidelity wireframe according to the user feedback. After that, you can refine the wireframe. That means after refine the wireframe, you can do the high fidelity. You can draw the high fidelity diagrams, and you can start the implementation. So if we the first step is the understanding the problems and user needs, right? So the mainly so in here we can do the these things by uh, to convert concept to the wireframes. So first thing is the identifying the problems, right? So it is when we are creating wireframes, it is important thing to uh, identify the problems, and we have to give the solution for that one. So it's not just about the jumping into the design. So it's about the identifying the problem and uh, identifying the pain points, and design should be address all the pain point and the problems, right? Also, you have to conduct the user research. So to truly understand this problem, you need to conduct a user research. So in this user research involve the interviews, surveys, observational studies. Those things are user research. So after that, after doing you can these things, you can use the tools like empathy map or user personas to get the get the user needs and their problems. You can use these personas and employees to get those things. Uh, so now let's move to the user goals and business objectives. So once you have the deep understanding of the users, so now next step is to establishing their goals, right? So what they are need to accomplish when using your product. Uh, that's the main target when we are creating the application. So it should be aligned with the business objectives as well. So these user goals must be aligned with those things. So after ensuring those designs, you can meet the customer needs, right? For example, if primary user goal is to quickly find and purchase a product, so the business objective might be increase the conversion rate. So this should be aligned with the align without any confusion. So next, we will consider about the mapping out the user journey and flows. So with the user goals and business objectives, finishing those things. So the next step is the user journey. So this involved to create a detailed map of the user experience from their interaction with the product and the completion of their goals. So identifying key touch point of the pain point in here. So as a user journey map, we can get the identifying the key touch point and the interaction with the user. And so when we are developing the user flows, we can in mapping all the overall journey of our application, and we can develop a user flows and flowcharts that outline the specific steps users take within your product, and ensure that the wireframe support the those navigation and effectively to complete your task. So after creating your user flows, you can check your wireframes with that user flows if those are aligned with perfectly. So after that, you have to sketches and ideation. So in here, we can get the multiple design directions and the sketches the user ideas. So this stage is all about the exploring multiple design directions. So it is important to settle on the first idea that come in mind. So that means we have to push ourselves to team to think the many different approaches as possible. So when you are doing this brainstorming sessions, so we can get the new ideas from our team members, and we can go to the multiple design directions using this brainstorming session. So we can sketching out the outline concept. So once we are getting the ideas from the team members, so we can sketches those things using rough sheet or something. So this is the so we can use this as a blueprint when we are designing our app. Okay. So after that, we can move to the creating a low fidelity wireframe. So in here, we can move to the low fidelity wireframe to Figma. So if we can use the Figma or Moflow when we are creating the big wireframes. So the transition from the sketch to wireframe is an important step. So we can focus on the mainly layout functions, and like low fidelity wireframes are basically representation of the your design, right? So then we can focus on the layout and the functionality in this stage. So if we are not concerned with the colors and font when we are designing the wireframes, so we mainly focus and about the structure of our application. So key component of our wireframes, like each of the screens and headers and navigation menu, button and content block. So these are the main things we consider when we are creating our wireframe. So those are the things that should be considered when we are move to the sketches to wireframe. So after that, we can do the user testing and get their feedback. So once you have finished your wireframing, so it's time to use the get the user feedback, and we can test our mobile sketches. So in here, we can gather the user feedback, and according to the user feedback, we can align our wireframes and update our wireframes. Then we can give our product more user friendly. So in here we can use the surveys or something to get the user feedback, or we can give our flow diagrams to user and get their feedback. In here also we have to, after getting this feedback, we have to analyze those things, and we can resolve those things and go to the next step by creating our high fidelity diagrams. So once we have finalized the wireframes, so low fidelity wireframes, we can move to the high fidelity wireframes. So when we are creating high fidelity wireframes, we have to add the visual elements and the final details of our mobile application. We have to add all the final output design to the high fidelity diagrams. So in a summary, in here we discuss about the how to do a concept to wireframe structure. So these key steps are understanding the basically users and user goals, and sketching ideas, and creating wireframe, and the interacting with the users and get their feedback, and finalize our design output. So these are the main things that we are considering when we are creating concept to wireframe. So let's move to the tools and resources for UI UX design. So in here, so when we are creating our high fidelity diagrams, so basically we use Figma, right? So Figma is a cloud-based designing tool that has the revolutionized the way we approach the UI UX design. So unlike the traditional software design applications, Figma run on the web, or if we want, we can install it our PC as well. So in here, there has so many key features in Figma. Those are prototyping and real-time collaborations and version controlling. So if we consider about the prototyping, so Figma is the best tool to build an interactive prototype by linking different screens and defining user flows, and we can add some transition animation as well when we are designing interface using the Figma. So this allows you to simulate the user experience before any code written. So then the prototyping is the best key feature that the Figma has. Also, it has the real-time collaboration. That means, so multiple team members can work the same design file simultaneously. So so we can then we can share our ideas and we can edit that in real time. and we can add some comments if we want to, then others can see those things, and so then they can get the idea about the what are the things that the other team members done in your project, right? Also, it has the version control option, so we can save our versions when we are creating our applications in the Figma. So there has option to save our versions. So then if you want to go back, revert back the earlier versions of our design, we can simply use those versions if you use the Figma. So also if we consider about the Figma, it has the cloud-based access. That's the main reason it has been more popular rather than other apps. Also, it has the collaboration option, and it has the plugins and all other things that user can create a nice and finalized user interfaces. So that's the main things that we consider about the popularity of the Figma. So in here we can, if we use the Figma, so I will show how to create component using Figma. So in here there are so many options in the Figma. So first we will just you can create a Figma account. For those who didn't have the Figma account, they can, if you want, you can log in your using Google account. So otherwise, you can create a Figma account here. So after creating your Figma account, it will show like this. So in here, so there is an option to create teams. So in here, you can see we can create a new team by clicking this create new icon. So if you want to create more teams, you can use this option to create team, and you can add some name to create a team. Here you can create a team. So after creating your team name, so you can add your team members as well. So if you want to collaborate with the more people with your design, so you can add their email addresses in here, and you can continue. So if you want, you can go with these professionals and organization plans. So otherwise, you can start with this free plan. So after that, it will be, you can see the team name in here, and you can create a new design files by clicking that plus icon. So in here, you can create the, this is the basic view of the Figma. So in here, you can create your design. So in here, when we are creating components, so we can basically go with the creating design components. So in here, design component mean like a building block of our UI. So they are reusable element like buttons, icon, input fields, or navigation bar. So those that you can use throughout your design. So if you want to create a button element, so if you want to use that, it's again and again, we can create it as a component, and we can use the that same button in various pages. So it will help us to maintain the consistency across the entire design system. So when we are creating elements of our interfaces, and if you want to create a smoother user experience, we can use this option to create component, and it will be easier for us as well. So also it improve our user experience as well, when no need to create the some buttons again and again. So if we use the design component. So in here, so if you want to create a component, if you, let's say if you want to create a button or something, you can select and you can create the in here. In this, we can add the screen using this in here region tool. In here, you can see the frames. So in the frame section, we can see the phone, tablets, desktop, presentations. All these are available. So if you want to create a mobile app, so you can select the some frame like iPhone 14 or 15. So in here, so if you want to change your page color, you can change it to another one. Then it will be appear like this. So if you want to create a button, you can use this rectangle icon to create those things, and you can add text in here, just like that. And you can change the font sizes and other things in here as well. In here, in this palette, you can do the if you want to change this position, you can use this one to change those things, and you can change the color as well. In here, you can change the font. All the options are available in this Figma, right? So in here, if you want to change the size of the font, you can change it like this. And if you want to change the font, we can change that one as well. And if you want to adjust it to center, you can like this. And if you want to add some rounded corner, you can if you want, you can this option to create that the rounded corners. And if you want to add some colors, you can add those things as well. So after creating this one, so if you want to create this as a component, you can select the entire text and the rectangle that I created, and right click that one and pick this create component option. Then it will be an one component. So in here, if you want, you can rename it like BTL1 or something. So this is the this is how the component can create. Then we can move these to both. So otherwise, if we move to the previous one, so in here we cannot move both together. So if you want to move together, we can create this. We can create this one to the component. Then we can move these two and right click that one and create component option. Then you can move these things nicely. So also that is the basic thing that you need to know about when you are creating using the Figma. And so these are some best practices when you are creating component. You can use clear and consistent naming convention. As example, if you mind to name the button component like if you want, we can change it like this. So like button primary something. So then we can easily use this primary button whatever we want. When you are creating the app designing using Figma, you have to consider those things when you are creating component, right? So you have to use the proper naming convention when you are creating component. So this make it easy to identify and organize your component. So if it is become a larger project, and so if you are working on the larger project or something, so others cannot identify in the what are the primary button and the other things. So if you want to get those things easily, so you can use this naming convention. So then they can find those components very easily. So also if you want to create there's option to create asset. I think it's not available in the free plan. So if you want, you can group in this similar component together, and you can create this asset. If you have so many similar component like this, you can group in this one, and if you want, you can create an asset panel. So then they can all the it help you to design your app more accessible and organized, right? So next we can move to the managing component. So after creating those components, we have to manage them effectively as well. So Figma allow you to store all your component in the centralized library, so which can be accessed across different projects. So if you this means that any update you make to master component, so we will automatically added to the all other instance of the component that you design. So also there has option to use component across the project. So we can create the team library. It's a powerful feature for managing component across multiple projects. So by setting up this shared library, you can allow your entire team to access this component, and we can manage the component very easily. So these are the things that you have to know when you are creating component and when you are doing your mobile application implement designing using Figma. So also you have to that's also there has a important thing. So if you are working with the Figma, you have to know about the layout grids, layout grids, and design system in the Figma. So if we working with the layout grids, so basic purpose of this layout grids are so grids are like the skeleton of the design. So in here you can see those things. So these provide a structural framework that aligning with the elements, so ensuring that everything feel consistent and balanced. So then if we use the grid system, so they will play a crucial role in maintaining and proportionally and visual harmony. So especially when we design across different screen sizes, so that is important to use this grid system. So in here, before moving to this reusable component, so we'll show the example. So in here, if you want to add layout grids for this screen, we can select this frame and we can go to this layout grid section. In here, so if you want, you can change these things to columns as well. So in here you can see the 5 columns. So if you want to increase those things, you can increase that one. So you can increase up to it or something. So if you want to change it to the column, you can change row. You can click this row option, and you can change the number of rows that you have. You can change it like this, up to 6 or something, and you can easily align the buttons and all other elements that have the screens by using this grid system. So when you are developing the mobile apps or something, make sure to use this grid system. Then it will be easier for you to align your button and all other things. So if you want, you can use this. The best thing is the grid option. So then you can use this grid system to align your component. So let's move to the reusable component and style. So in here also you can see the reusable component and styles examples. So if you consider about the components are contain the UI elements like buttons or forms or navigation bars, and you can reuse those things throughout your design, right? So the primary purpose of the reusable component is to ensure consistency across the different part of the design. So it's speeding up to across the process, and we can reduce the error if we use the reusable component. We can speed up our task. As example, if you use the same button component across the screen, across the multiple screens, so we can, if you want to update it automatically, we can do the same thing easily if you use the reusable component. So reusable styles means if you want to predefine like colors, text styles, and effect that we are using in our entire project, we can mention those things as well. So these styles ensure that the visual elements are adhere to the design rules. So basically, which is when we are make update easier, we can get the colors and text styles. So if you want to change the entire app logo, text or something, if we use reusable components, so we can easily change those things. Otherwise, it will be a mess if you don't use this reusable component and style. So if we consider about the design system in 𝗘𝗶𝘀, so design system is a comprehensive collection of the reusable components. Basically, and design standard that can be assembled to the build when there are a number of applications. So in the Figma, we can create and manage design system using the components and styles. So this approach is not only share the consistency across all design elements, so but also it significantly reduce the redundancy as well and speed up our process. So if we use the design system in Figma, we can reuse the component again and again. So that's the basic idea of the design system in the Figma. So also this is a key component, key things. So when you are creating your designs using Figma, you have to create a responsive frames. So otherwise, it will be a so if you move to the mobile to desktop, so there's a issue. So that's why. So if you are creating the mobile, so any app, so you have to consider about the responsive design. So its responsive design is to it has the there has a feature called auto layout for responsive design in the Figma. So it's a powerful tool to creating the responsive design. So if we use the Figma, also auto layout elements can adjust automatically based on the content size and the screen dimension. Example, so if you have a button with the dynamic text, and also auto layout options will help you to accommodate those things properly in a nice way. So if you want to move to the mobile to desktop or mobile to tablet, so you can easily change your designs to those screens. So also when you are consider about the responsive design, you have to use the constraint. That is the basic thing. So also it is also an essential tool. When we are designing the responsive design, we have to consider about the constraints. So constraints allow you to define how elements should behave when the frame and the screen sizes change. So I will show the example as well. So if you want to use these things, you can use. So if you want to add the in here, you can see the constraint option. Now you can add the left right constraint now. So if you want, you can add the top bottom as well. So in here also, if you want to use this auto layout option, so there has option called auto layout. Also, if you are creating a responsive design, you have to consider those things. So if you don't include the constraints, all other buttons are in here. So here you can see the if we are after adding the constraints. So if you change the screen size, it will automatically adjust according to that. So otherwise, it will be same as the previous. So if you want to, after adding the constraint, you can see if you change this screen size, so button also adjust according to that. So this is just example. So you have to just get the idea. So when you are designing these things, you have to add the constraints and the. So if you want, you can use the auto layout option as well. Also. Those are the important things you have to consider when you are using Figma. So these are some best practices when using the Figma in a collaborative project. So ensuring that the team can work efficiently and effectively together. So there has an option to call collaborate. I show it previous as well. So if you want, you can share this project with your group members and team members, and you can your group members can work on the same file. Okay. So when we move to the collaborative option, so we have to consider about these things as well. So there has a organizing your workspace. That's the main thing. So you have to idea about the project structure and the pages and frames. So as creating a clear project structure is the best thing. As example, if you have a separate folder to different project like wireframes and research or something, or high fidelity design, so each file should be you can name it separately. Like if you want to use the versions, like you can use the version 1 and version 2, so or something like that. So you have to consider about the project structure. You can after creating your project, there has pages and frame. So if you want, you can rename those pages and frames according to your requirements, and it has the real-time collaboration. So I show it previous as well, and that's the main things that have the Figma. And if we want, we can save the previous versions as well. So in here in Figma, so if you want to save the version wise, so we can use this save to version history option to save your version. Okay. Also, these are some plugins that we can use. These are just there are 3 plugins. So if there are so many plugins, you can use those plugins when you are designing the your mobile app or web app using Figma. The first one is the content reel. So it's in that plugin allows you to quickly generate the placeholders, text, images, and other icons to fill your design with realistic content. And Stock is another essential plugin, especially if you are focused on the accessibility. It checks the color contrast and simulate the various visual experiments and help to ensure that your design meet the accessibility and standards. So Blush also the another fantastic plugin that you can generate custom illustration that match with your design. So these are some plugins. Rather than that, there are so many plugins. There's a plugin called Breakpoint. So if you want to create the responsive design, you can use that one as well. So without using the constraint, it's easy to use the Breakpoint plugin as well. So also there has another rather than the Figma, if you want to use the any other tools, there has tools called InVision and Simply and the Adobe XD. Those are some other tools that can we do the same thing rather than using the Figma. So before going to this practical application of UI UX design, so I will show how to use the plugin as well. So in here, if you want to get the plugins, you can go to this plugin section. Just right click your project palette and go to this manage plugin. In here you can see many plugins. So if you want, you can use any of these. So if you, there is a plugin called forms. So you can use this to create some forms. So when you are creating your designs, you can use these plugins. So here create another screen, and if you want to add some form here, you can use this plugin. So there is option called form. Using that one, you can create the text areas and inputs, create the user inputs, and if you want to add your button as well, and you can, if you want, you can style it as well. Yeah, if you want to add and change this font and font sizes, and the colors, border colors, and all other things. So then it will, after that, you can add those things to your design. Yeah, style it. After that, you can add click this add page, and it will add to the design. So like this, you can add those things, and you can create a form easily using these plugins. And there's the plugin. Use breakpoint. You can design the responsive design using this one as well. And icon 8, you can use some icons using this one, and there are so many options. You can use these plugins, and you can create a more user-friendly mobile application after using these things. Also, there has a, if you want to get the HTML of this user design, you can use this HTML generator plugin. It also a very good one to use when you are doing your project. And if you want to create the wireframes, you can use this wireframe designer. And if you want to get the icons, you can use this icon file and material design icons. So there has a option called builder.io AI powered Figma. So it will help you to generate responsive code using this one. You can use these plugins to finalize your design. Okay. So now let's move to the case study. So this is the case study. So today we are going to resolve this according to case study, we are going to finalize our app, right? So now we are going to work through the real world case study, and let's highlight the practical application of the UI UX design principle. So in here, the 𝗘𝗏𝗀𝗵𝗏 is just a name. It's a popular food delivery app. Struggle with the user intention, and despite its wide range of restaurant and quick delivery time, user find the app difficult to navigate and order from the track delivers. The design feels outdated. So basically, so if we consider about this case study, this is a food delivery app that has been struggle with the users retention. So despite offering a wide range of restaurant and fast delivery times, users find the app there has so many difficulties when they are navigating, and so overall satisfaction is less. So also the design is outdated, and so user journey from the browsing to checkout also difficult. So think like this. So if you have a mobile app, that mobile app has these issues. So now we are going to resolve this one. So this, so according to this case study, so we are going to step by step to how to resolve this one to real world mobile app. So the basic things, the basic problems that has is the navigation and the outdated design. So now we will move to the redesign this mobile app called 𝗘𝗏𝗀𝗵𝗏 to enhance the food delivery experience. Okay. So our main goal is to addressing these issues and hand-on by applying the design thinking process. So in here, I'm going to resolve this one using the design thinking process. So in here, we have main aim is to create more intuitive and visually applying user experience to this 𝗘𝗏𝗀𝗵𝗏 app. So if we consider about the design thinking process, it has the 5 steps: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So in here, we are going to redesign our mobile app according to this design thinking approach. So this process is essential for creating user-centered design that will help us to effectively solve the problem that we are identified. So in the first step, we can do the empathize, right? So this means deeply understand their need and frustration and the motivation. So to understand this one, use the competitive landscape. So in here, you can see it on the screen. We have a comparison of the quick bite competitor like 𝗘𝗏𝗵𝗏, Uber Eats, or Pizza Hut, and Domino. And here I mentioned the opportunities for the quick bites and the tragedy inside for our quick bite. So if we consider about the 𝗘𝗏𝗵𝗏, it has strong local brand recognition and integrated service. It has the integrated service and broad network of the restaurant. So 𝗘𝗏𝗵𝗏 is fine with that. So advanced technologies and market expansion. So you can do this empathize while you can whatever your mobile app case study related app, you can if you have the less user experience web or mobile app, you can get that one and you can compare it with the others app that have the same option. So if you consider about the school management system or something, hotel management system or something, you can get the same things that are in the websites, same websites. You can compare those things with your identified website and identifying the what are the competitive things that it has. Then it will help you to identify your problems easily and go to resolve those things and make a user-friendly final output. So in the empathize sections, we can do the initial, so after comparing those things. So we can move to this identifying user needs and pain points. So basically, users also mean understanding their specific needs and pain point. So based on what we have to discuss, so in here, you can do the initial surveys to gather some information. So after gathering these information, you can get a clear idea about the what are the user requirements and what are the things that doesn't have our existing applications. So to get that one, you can use this initial surveys or something, and you can share it with your audience. That means those who use the applications, and you can get the user experience, their ideas, and find the main pain points and all the things. And so next we have to define the problems. So in here, after completing the empathize, we have to move this section. So in here is accurately identifying the specific problem that need to be solved. So in this space, so main point is the identifying the what are the problems that user facing when using our selected redesignable mobile app. So this could be include the issues like difficult navigations and outdated visual design, so lack of personalized recommendation or something. So also when you are doing this one, you can asking some question like what does he say and do, what does he see, and what does he think and feel. You can get their feelings and things about our mobile application, and you can get the pinpoint of the exact problem. So using this define problem. So it is important to get the well-defined problem. Then it will guide the entire design process. So it ensures that the everyone on the team is aligned and focus on the solving the right issue, right? So in the define stage, so we can use these personas and to get the users pain points and frustrations and all other things. So in here, so this is the example persona. This define space, phase. So according to this persona, Emily's frustration to clear and actionable problems. Based on Emily's persona, we identify the key several issues like unhealthy eating habits. She has Emily's often feel like rush during meal times. So lend into the unhealthy eating habit, she need to solution that allow her to maintain the healthy diet without sacrificing time and the convenience. So then our app should be response, and they can order the food quickly. And she identifying that lack of personalized option. So Emily really heavily on the fast food. So he most of the time he get the fast food. So according to the result in the this one, she need to food deliver very quickly. So then he has suggest the those things, and time management. And so if she are trying to order something, so he have to do it by minimal steps rather than going too much steps. So then he is a busy person. So our final outcome should be resolve this issue. So these are the three problems that we can identify using user personas and empathy maps. So according to our persona and our case study, so main problem is the navigation issues. And so, and second one is the outdated designs. So the second issue is that the quick bike design is the feel like outdated and unmeeting. So we all know the first impression is the user interface, right? So then we have to everyone judge our app using that look. So when an app design, if it doesn't design so modern and it doesn't use these standards, so it makes the whole experience like bad, right? So if you consider about the navigation issues, so according to this user persona, and they find it hard to locate and order food quickly. So imagine that being really hungry, opening when we are opening app. So only the spend and if we can spend several minutes to do that one. So then, so if it has the poor navigation, so it impact our user verification and the irritation, right? And if we consider about the complex order process, so Emily also has identified that one. So in this one, so if it confusing and if there are so many steps to do when we are ordering some food, so it is a frustration, right? Also, if we Emily has find that lack of personalization. So with without personalization of now, so now basically if we use some if we search something on the app, it should be suggest some food that relevant to what we are searching. So like that, if it is not very personalized, user feel like this app doesn't get them and lending them to they are trying to move to the another app, right? So when we are creating design, we have to overcome these problems, right? So these are some solutions that we can come up with. So according to the problems that we are identifying, so we can use this simple navigation option to create this app very user friendly, and we can allow user to quickly and easily across menus and restaurants. So modernize visual design, and rather than the outdated one. So we can move to the modernized visual design. So we will like making the app more appealing and engaging. Also, we can add the streamline ordering. So because we find the complex order process, so we can resolve that one, and we can reduce the steps that he or she do when they are ordering app or something, ordering food or something. So also it should be enhance the personality, right? So in here, implementing these features, uh, and we can enhance the personalization by implementing feature like recommended dishes and restaurant based on their behavior. So if the app can track those things, so then we can suggest some food and restaurants near to the user's location. So then it will be very personalized one. Then we can come up with the solution to resolve this problem, right? So now after identifying these problems, so in the ideate stage in the design thinking process, we can generate some ideas. So to resolve those problems. So like I previously mentioned, we can come up with that solution. When we are finding the solution, we can use these brainstorming sessions and brain writing sessions and mind maps. We can use these things and we can get the others ideas to resolve these problems, and we can move to the next step called prototyping. So in here, you can first, if you are creating a app, so first we have to create the low fidelity wireframes, right? So in here, when you are creating low fidelity wireframes, there has so many tools you can use. So if you want, you can use this Mockflow. This is one of the. Also, if you want, you can use Sigma as well. So if you want, you can use the this Mockflow when you are creating your prototype, low fidelity prototypes. So in here, according to the requirement, we have to reduce the number of steps that should be covered when we are ordering something, and we have to add the clear navigation, and it should be suggest the some personalized food or something. So when he or she ordering some food, so to overcome these things, you can when you are redesigning the mobile application, so you can first sketch those things and move to this low fidelity wireframe option, So when you are using the low fidelity wireframes, you can use this Mocto or something to draw those wireframes. So these are some sample wireframes that I created for this mobile application called 𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗲. In here, there has when we are doing these things, you can use the Figma as well. So if you want, you can use that one. So after that, we have to move to the this step. If you want, you can use this user flow, and after creating these wireframes, you can go through these things, and you can find if there has resolve these question problems, and if there has still problems, you can update the wireframes according to that user flows. You can add some user flow, and you can check the align with those things with your created wireframes. So if they are aligned with that one, you can go with the next step by creating the prototype. So in here, so we create the prototype called using the mobile Figma. So in here, we can, if you want, you can save the version 1 and 2 like previously I told. So I will show this one using the Figma. So in here, so first you can add some flash screen or something to mention this one. And first, after flash screen, you can add the login and sign up screens. These are some example screens you can use. So after that, you have to in here you can personalize these things. So if he or she try to eat like to eat most of the fast food, you can first show those foods in your screens when he or she log in. So, and if he or she want to get buy a product quickly, we can add this we can add this cart option. So then it will easier to move to the next step. Like we can go to the checkout section, and we can get the order to home. Okay, so after cart option, we can add more foods or something by clicking this one. So if you want, you can delete those things as well, and you can do the payments, and you can finish the ordering app. So when you are doing these things, so there you can use this Figma, and here there is option called prototyping. I think all of you are know about these things. So we can add this. You can use this prototyping option to create this high fidelity diagram more effective. So in here there is option called present. So after clicking this one, so your application will show like this. So you can add this option when if you want to move to the previous section, you can add the back button or something. So in here, so after clicking the cart icon, so it will navigate to the cart easily. So if you want to go back and if you want to check out, you can add the delivery details in here, and you can proceed with the payment and complete your order. So like that, so your final output should be resolve all the questions, all the problems that you are identifying in the first step that we done in previous. So in the next step is the test. So in here, sorry. So after doing this prototyping, you can again test these things. If you want, you can compare using you can use this usability testing, and you can compare two versions of this design, and you can get the user feedback of those two prototypes and get the best one, and you can select the best screen that user get more rates. And after getting this user feedback, so if you want, you can again reframe the wireframe. You can update the wireframe, high fidelity wireframes and prototypes according to these test results. So you can use the surveys or interviews as well. So after implementing those, after creating those designs, you can find a user, and you can assign some tasks using user flow or something, and you can get their feedback about your implementation if they are resolving those problems that you are identifying in the first stage, and you can get the ideas from them, and you can redesign those screens if they are not resolving those issues, right? So that is how the if we are having the mobile app or case study that has some issues, that has some user interface and user experience issues, that's how the we are going to resolve those things. We can do these steps that I followed. So after that, in here, these are some tips on working with the developers and other stakeholders. So you can use these are some common tips, so you can get the idea. So the first thing is you have to use the clear communication. So clear communication is the foundation of the successful collaboration between designers and developers, right? So in here, and one of the best way to ensure that is aligned with by scheduling regular checking. So then you can get their ideas and you can implement your products. So this meeting provide an opportunity to discuss progress, and you can address those challenges you find and make a update as needed. Also, it is important to use common languages during these discussions. Then you can avoid using technical jargon and design specific terms. You can may not be understand. So instead of that one, you can just explain the clear and concise communication. Then everyone can understand those things easily. So that is the main thing. So main tip that you have to follow when you are working with the developers and other stakeholders. So if you are become a UI UX engineer, you have to work with the developers, right? So when you are working with developers, you have to use the clear communication with them. Also, you have to involve with the stakeholders early in the process. So that means involving stakeholders early in the design process is the uh, crucial thing. So gathering input and ensuring that their needs and address them the outside. So when we are doing this stakeholder involving, you can collaboratively get the ideation sessions are great way to involve with these stakeholders, and you can get their insight to your design, and this will not only increase thereby your products, and you can increase your buying product, and you can reduce the major changes that you need to do. So if you get these stakeholders early in the process, then it will be easier for your mobile app design. Otherwise, you have to change it again and again. So after completing those things, if you are try to get this stakeholder feedback, so it will be a mess. So beforehand, you have to involve with the stakeholder early in the process. Also, you have to effectively hand off the developers. So hand off the developers is a crucial stage in the design process, and providing the detailed design details that developer needs to accurate implement the design. So when you are providing those specification, you have to include the specific colors and interaction and any other details that developer needs. You can create a document, and you can or you can include those things in the Figma file as well. So then you the developer can get the better idea for your design. Also, you have to open with the feedback and iteration. So successful design process involve the continuous feedback loop with the both developers and the stakeholders. So buying regularly meetings with them, it's a better if you can. So you can refine the design the based on the practical consideration, and leading to a more polished and final product. So it is also important to work iteratively, making small incremental changes based on the feedback rather than it will be get large and distributed adjustments. You can get the feedback time to time, and you can update those things. Then it will be easier for you, and it will be improve the timeline. It will be helpful to finish your work within the timeline. Okay. Also, you have to get the basic understanding of the technical considerations. So, understanding and technical consideration is the key in the successful to collaborate with your developers. So engaging it feasibility and discuss early on the understanding what is technically possible and what might be challenges to implement. Then you can discuss with the developers how if you are designing something, so developer cannot develop that one, then it will be an issue. So when you are implementing some special design, you have to talk to your developers and get their ideas as well, and so then it will be a more useful to complete our project within the timeline. So otherwise, you have to face some issues, and so it's better to talk to your developer and give their feedback And according to that, if you want, you can change some changes to the design, and you can continue your work. So these are some tips you can follow when you are working with the developers and the stakeholder. Okay. So these are some career advisors. So if you are first thing is the so if you are if you want to be a UI UX engineer, or if you want to be a software engineer or something, that's fine. So it's we'll need to create a portfolio for you. So you can import your career transitions and what are the works done in that portfolio, and selecting and when you are adding the project that you are successfully completed, you can add this design that you are completed, and you can focus on the overall quality, and you can showcase those projects and highlight the different skills and accept that you have in the portfolio. So you can create these things in the there's so many platforms. You can create those things using Behance and Dribbble and LinkedIn. These are some platforms you can use. If you want, you can use the GitHub as well to manage your project. If you want to be a software engineer, you can manage your GitHub profile very well. So most of the companies, before you are hiring, they will check your GitHub account. So you can use this Dribbble, LinkedIn, social media platforms like think if you can better to use the LinkedIn is the most preferred one, and Dribbble Behance also good, and Medium or blog and GitHub. If you wrote some article, you can add those things into Medium platform. So then when you are going to the job interview or something, you can show those things. Sometimes before when we are presenting the interview, they will check our LinkedIn profile and our portfolio. If we send those things, then they will get the idea about what are the projects that we done, how we manage those things profile. So also gaining real world experience also important things. So if you can before you go into the permanent project position, you can do the internships, and you can, rather than if you want, you can do the freelance as well, and you can get the hand-on experience about this UI and UX design principles and those things. Okay, the best thing is so these freelancing and internship roles help you to work with the real client or real project. So then it will be help you to build the skills. Then when you are moving to the permanent position, so it will be more beneficial for you. So okay, so in here, so now I think most of these are finished. So if you have any unclear point, or if you have any question, you can ask it from me. So if you have any thing, you can ask it from me. So if you have any unclear point, you can ask. So I will share the slide deck as well. So if you want, you can refer that one as well. Is there any questions? All are fine. So I will share the slide decks with you as well. So if you want, you can refer this one. So is there any?
Thank you, Mr. Vijay Singh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay Singh, for your enlightening presentation. Okay. Before we conclude, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗏𝗏 Singh for sharing his knowledge with us today. Your insight have greatly enhanced our understanding of design concept in functional realities. And now we are honored to give you our appreciation for your participation. So now we are present you with this token of appreciation for your valuable contribution to Pixel Plus 1.0. Thank you for inspiring us all. As we bring this session to close, we would like to capture a virtual moment with all of you. If you are comfortable, please turn on your cameras so we can create a collective snapshot of our time together. The backdrop is used to virtual snapshot is Thank you all. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants who joined us today. Your involvement and presence have made this session truly special. So stay connected and see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.